So you've asked and we've listened. I've rounded up your most asked beauty questions, and it's all about prepping and primer right now. I want to bring in one of my favorites, the Jordan Liberty. We want to start from scratch. A lot of you ask about how do I get my primer to blend better, stay on longer, and some of you have even asked about primer in general. The word primer can kind of be misleading because I think people expect to have the same product when they see that word.
Absolutely.
But the products can be really different. For example, some primers, like you mentioned, you can talk about the fact that it's bouncy and it has that sort of what you call silicone base. And then there are others that have added benefits like color correctors in them.
Peach is a woman's best friend.
Peach is a woman's best friend.
It just makes everything look bright and fresh.
And while all of these smooth, the silicone-based primers are the best for holding makeup.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah, because it's actually creating a layer on the skin, which is great too because it's going to lock in your skincare, it's going to lock out the makeup. That's why they're the most popular and top-selling primers.
So if you're looking for that silicone-based primer, it's important to turn the bottle around and see that word ending in cone, like dimethicone.
Yeah.
There are other versions, but you have a better tip.
Yeah, I think it's how it feels. It should have that cushiony feel. When you squeeze it, it should fight you a little bit. It's not like a moisturizer where it's gonna absorb.
And trying it on the back of your hand is a really great place.
Every time. The hand is I really think it's a great way to test texture of products. Not color, but texture of products. The hand is a great place for it.
This side has a base layer of primer, and this side does not. So you can kind of see, if you get a real close-up look, how the foundation is sort of skimming the top and the texture is very apparent.
Sticks to every imperfection in the skin.
Yes. And then once I skim it here, you can almost see even the color blends and warms into the skin.
What's more accurate, this will change color throughout the day too.
Now Jordan's gonna tell us one of his coolest tricks. It's all about reversing your makeup routine so that your makeup stays on longer. And for this, Katie, come on in, I want you to meet Katie, who is gonna do this along with us. Take a seat.
So these are a lot of times products that you already have at home. And again, it's about reversing your routine. Powdering before you do your foundation, which sounds so weird, but you already have your moisturizer.
Let's stop.
But
you're gonna put powder on before your foundation. Have you ever thought to do that, Katie?
Never.
That sounds so weird. So powder first. So go ahead, let's
So you already have your moisturizer on. Yes. And again, you want to use a moisturizer for your skin type. And then you're just gonna take a little bit of any translucent setting powder. Whatever you would normally use to set your makeup. It's not about creating a layer of powder here. You just want to make sure that it's not super dewy looking.
So this is after primer or before primer?
No, before. So you just moisturize and then powder.
I have to say, I have heard so many things over my years doing this. I've never tried
I know,
this.
it's weird. I get my best feedback on this
Okay.
though. So I have two different setting sprays here. I've got one that's oil control for you because she has a little bit more oily skin. You're like me, a little bit on the dry side.
Dry, need more
and you're gonna
water.
hit it with setting spray. There we go. Okay, so that's gonna lock on all of your skincare products. And again, it's gonna make sure that that foundation and the primer or any product that you use on top is gonna stick where you want it.
So this is probably gonna work really well for someone like Katie.
Yeah.
You have oily skin, and you told us that you struggle with keeping your foundation in place, right?
Yeah, I just don't know what to do during the day because it just gets really oily. So I think this would be great.
Okay, so are you willing to go ahead and try your routine with the last step first?
I'm gonna try. Let's see how this works.
Okay. An important note about light,
Primer for me is great lighting in real life.
where it really helps reflect and blur. But on that note, before we say goodbye, still love your pores.
Yes.
Embrace, don't erase.
Yes.